All right. Great rise, great rise, great rise in the moonlight's beloved. You know who this is. You know what it is. It's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. It is Melanated Monday, and it's almost August already. It's Melanated Monday, but it actually happens to be my dad's born day, but he is no longer in physical form. So I celebrate his life. I celebrate his life. Okay. Y'all come on in. Come on in so we can have a quick conversation. Quick, because I don't see y'all being here that long tonight. Okay. But just come on in so we can talk about it real quick. Because there's a few things I want to touch on. It's always a reason. So just come on in. Okay. We got a lot of stuff going on technically. And I mean that literally. A lot of stuff is happening with our technical things. So if there be a difficulty, if something go out, which I'm not claiming, just come on back. All right, just come on back. So whoever's here, I appreciate you. Let me know who you are so I can greet you accordingly. Um, Tonight's topic is level up. All right, is real simple and real self-explanatory. I said I don't know how long we will be here. Um, could be 30 minutes. You never know. It could be 15, whatever. It could be an hour, could be an hour and a half, whatever. I'm not planning on it to be that long because I don't think it needs to be. I think it's pretty self explanatory. But you all come on in so we can start the conversation, exchange a little bit of energy, and then y'all can go on about your business. Okay? Because I'm going to go about mine shortly. Okay? Okay, just come on. Come on in. Again, tonight's topic is level up. Um, I said when things happen or when something is put on my heart to discuss, then I have to bring it to you. A lot of things are happening and have been happening, and they're just increasing. And we need to continue, or at least start, for those of you who are not, start having conversations about things that need to be had because we're missing out on a lot of information. We're missing out on some tools because we're not conversing. Okay, so that is also one of the topics, subtopics under tonight's topic of level up. I'm going to start without you. Okay, when you get here, you'll be here. What's going on, darling? What's going on, Veronica? I appreciate you, darling, for being here. I do. And let me know who you are. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and start, and people can just fall on in when they fall on in. Again, tonight's topic is level up, and I'm touching some of everything. Okay. It really should have fallen under what the fuck, but it's under level up tonight. Okay. And there's Miss Carla. She there. I see you. I see you. Thank you, loved one. I appreciate you always, always. Who else came in here? I saw some other faces, but they popped in so fast, so I missed it. So you all make sure you say something or let me know who it is that's showing up. I love to greet you directly. Okay. But again, level up. So one of the topics that I want to discuss with us, probably the, well, I won't say, well, yeah, one of the most important, well, they're all important, so let me not do that. Anyway, the first one is our money. Okay. um it's getting closer to that time where these refunds are coming in, and we got a real bad habit of doing dumb shit. Okay, and I want to get to y'all before the dumb shit starts happening. What's going on, loved one? I appreciate you being here. It's been a minute. I appreciate you for being here. um yeah, so dealing with our money, and as a person who works in the financial industry, okay, I get to see a lot of different things, people's credit, their income, the assets that they have, what they're spending their money on, what they need to be spending their money on and not. It's just a lot of things. And knowing that the industries are changing, knowing that our lifestyles are changing, we're being forced into change, and most of us are not prepared at all. Okay, we don't have intelligent financial conversations amongst each other at all. Okay, we want to talk about how much the new shoes cost, or who got on these $1,000 jeans and these $1,500 shoes, whatever. We talk about stupid shit, and we do that type of stupid shit with our money, not paying attention to what's really going on with the money. Okay, we're going through, and no pun intended, but we're going through a lot of change. Okay, a lot of changes are happening. And if you have not been really paying attention, the paper money, obviously, they're getting rid of, which means everything is digital. Okay, so while everything is digital, we also are familiar with the digital glitches. Okay, the failures that happen in the digital world. Okay, the breaches that occur, the transfers that shouldn't have happened. I deposited into the wrong account. Somebody got my money out my Zelle or my PayPal, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These things are happening, and yet we keep contributing to these digital glitches. We're not being smart about the money that we have. Most of us don't even have a real clue or overstanding on what money is. Money is beyond just paper. I mean, yeah, we call it a debt note, but it's an energy. There is a money currency. We'll talk about it another day. We kind of touched on it before, but currency is an energy. Currency, it flows like water. Okay, it's a reason why it's called currency. It's two words in there. But anyway, we're not doing what we need to be doing with our money. We're not paying attention to how money works, how money flows, or how it doesn't, what it's good for, the power that it has or has not, and the power we have over it. Okay, we're not being stewards over our finances. We're not being intelligent about our money making decisions. And it's putting us in situations where we are going to be extremely vulnerable when things change over. Extremely vulnerable. Okay. It should have been evident again when the banks crashed, because people moved their money out. They took it out in a matter of hours. The bank was dead, two of them. Okay, so there's power in understanding the power of our money and how to use it, how to move it, how to keep it, whatever. And we need to have these conversations. One of the things that we need to be talking about is where to put it, where to invest it. Okay. What do we do with this? Now that we have a paycheck, or we got these digital coins, we got this direct deposit, whatever it is, what do we do with it? Okay. It's not about just, saving it, just saving it, or buying your favorite or your dream, whatever the hell you've been wanting for years. It ain't about that. Put your money to work for you, for something that we can benefit from. If you haven't been paying attention, buildings are popping up everywhere. And particular buildings are apartment complexes, apartments, places for people to live. They're popping up everywhere. Okay, what we need to be looking into, and putting our money toward is real estate, not just the building, but the land that the building sits on. That is the most valuable asset you can have. Real estate, the land. You gotta own the land. And it's a particular type of title, and I cannot think of it right now. I think it begins with an A, but it's a particular type of title that you have to have in order for the land to actually be um, yours in ownership. People believe that when they purchase a home, that the ground upon which that structure sits also is part of their ownership, that they own that lot. Okay. I'm here to tell you, I'm going to bust your bubble. Okay. You do not own that land, which is why you pay property taxes upon it, is because you are paying rent. You are paying land rent for as long as you're there. It doesn't matter if you paid the mortgage, okay? Doesn't matter if you've paid the mortgage off. You could have paid the mortgage off 20 years ago. If you don't own the land by the specific type of title, you are renting the land. So guess what? If somebody comes along and says, "Hey, um, I like this particular piece of land right here that your house, your structure is sitting upon. I want the land." And you don't have ownership, guess where your ass going? You and your structure finna get uprooted and you going elsewhere. Yvonne, darling, it is such a pleasure to have you back. Where you at? I'm so appreciative that you're here. Um, so going back to the information, if you do not own that land, if you do not have ownership entitled to that land, you and that structure can be and will be uprooted. Okay? You will be forced the hell on, and you'll be crying, talking about, "Well, I own my house and da 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 da. I done been here for 50 years. My mortgage been paid off for 20 years, and I ain't going nowhere." You are. You are. So what you'll have to do at that point is find somebody who can literally, and I'm not even playing, who can literally uproot your property, that building, that structure, and put it someplace else. And you better hope it don't get landed on somebody else's shit that own that too, because up you go, or you're gonna continue to pay rent on it. Real talk. This is some of the things that people we're not told. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the real estate transaction doesn't go in depth with that information. The salesperson or the agent or whatever, they don't tell you that. They, y'all not gonna have that conversation, which is why you got to know some shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask some questions. You got to do some research. You got to just not keep accepting what people tell you because they lie. Okay? Get in your head. People lie. And people just don't know. That's 50-50 it. Okay? 50% lie, 50% don't know. Either way, you don't know. So you are being put in a vulnerable situation to lose all your shit because you don't know. You don't know to ask the questions. You don't know to go look it up. You know nothing. You don't know how to protect yourself. Learn some things, okay? It's a certain kind, I mean, even in the deed, it's a certain type of title. I think it begins with an A, and I cannot think of it right now because this was kind of impromptu, that part. But it's a certain type of title that you have to ask for in order to have rights to the land. Because you have rights to the land, you just don't have ownership. So if you want ownership of it, you have to have this particular type of title that says all of this here, all of it is yours, okay? Not just the structure that sits on it. Exactly. Exactly. They know your ignorance. That's ignorance is bliss. What you don't know makes them happy. Absolutely. They know you don't. Right. So people can come on in here and build on your shit and whatever. That's why there's the right for these utility people to come onto your property and do whatever they want to and cut your shit off while you home. Right. They come and cut your gas off while you there. You watching them come up on your property to cut your shit off because you don't own the land. Okay, you can't say they trespassing because you don't own it. Now, if you own the land and you don't give these people permission to come on your land and they come anyway, then they trespassing. You ain't coming up on here and doing nothing, sir, ma'am. Nothing. If you want to step on my property, on my land, it's going to cost you to step on my land. And then you say you want to do what now? You you want to cut off what? Yeah, ain't nothing getting cut off here on the outside, sir, ma'am. Trust that. But we don't have these conversations, so we don't know, right? We're left vulnerable, we're left ignorant, we're left wide open to everything and everybody. Okay, so be smart about your money. We need to level up on our money, level up on our investments, level up on the conversation about our money. What is it good for, really? What can it do for us? How can we utilize it to the best of our ability? Well, we ain't got to go searching for it. We ain't got to, Lord God, I'm putting it in your hands, Father. Just drop it down. We ain't got to go through all of that, right? We ain't got to beg, wish, cry, plead, none of that. I'm going to run that. How many bags? Run it. You know what I'm saying? It needs to flow just like that. It's flowing. It needs to flow. It's a currency. Current. C. Current deals with water. We'll deal with that another time, but it's about the flow of it all. Okay? It's energy. We need to be a lot more intelligent about our money. We need to level up with what we do with it. We need to put ourselves in power position where we can't be booted up off our land yet again. Yet again. Okay? We're not going to do history, but you understand what I'm saying. You can't be booted up off something that you own. You want me to go where? This is what we ain't doing. What we ain't doing. And just because you brought the ignorant subject up to me, I'm gonna charge you because you got two toes on my property. That's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you them two toes and some change, right? Level up. Moving on. As I'm touching a few different subjects. Another one, and these are not necessarily in any particular type of order. Our emotional intelligence. Notice the key words that I'm using here: intelligence, emotional intelligence. We do some dumb shit in our feelings. Okay, we respond in a very unintelligent, unproductive manner when it comes to our emotions as the human being, as the people in these meat suits, the spirits in these meat suits. We do some shit, okay? Because we don't have or don't utilize emotional intelligence. We allow ourselves to react based on how we feel in the moment, knowing, if you've been here with me, that feelings falsify facts, that feelings only come about or they change according to the circumstance, according to the situation, which change all the time, which means they are not consistent, which means they cannot be trusted because they will not be the same in the next circumstance or situation. It will not be the same. But we respond in the moment of how we feel at that time, and then all hell hath broken loose because we don't think. We're not balanced. We like I said, we want to do things because we felt this way right now. I'm gonna blow your head off because you ate my last piece of chicken and I was just hungry and I had it all in my mind. Like my mouth was just tasting those herbs and spices and that crunch. And you ate my last wing and now you got to go over a chicken wing because you were that emotionally attached to a bird. You were emotionally attached to a piece of meat, which caused you to take somebody's life because they took your chicken wing. And I know I'm sounding funny, and y'all probably laughing because it sounds funny and ridiculous, but people do this. You know what I'm saying? They take other people's lives for stupid shit because they're emotionally in that space and there's no logical balance happening, and they do dumb shit. I've heard it happen. I won't say I've seen it, but I was married to someone, and I know I've told you all this story. I was married to an individual who had a friend who killed her boyfriend. Let me say, I don't know if she killed him, but she sure enough stabbed him multiple times, okay? Uh, over her chicken nugget. She meant that shit. Don't touch my food. And he ate her chicken nugget. And it wasn't even a McDonald's nugget. It wasn't a McNugget. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a restaurant nugget. It was a grocery store nugget. It was just nuggets. Nuggets. Chicken nuggets. Not a nothing. None of that. Okay? She caused physical harm to this dude fatally. I think it was fatal harm to this dude over a chicken nugget from the store. It didn't come with no sauce, no fries, no drink, no toy, nothing. It was a nugget. A nugget. Okay? But this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop making it funny, but people's emotional states, the being that the state that they're in at the time, causes them to lose all sense of reality, all logical processing. It goes out the window because they don't remember that the feelings, the emotions are momentarily, they're only connected to the circumstance, which is going to change in a moment. The intelligence is not connected there. They're not thinking, I'm not going to do this to you because I'm pissed off that you done ate my last nugget. I'm not going to cause harm to you. I'm not going to slice your throat over a nugget, because when that nugget is gone, I'm just going to be one nugget short. I'm going to be able to go get another one later on or tomorrow, or order it in, whatever. It's not being processed, right? Our emotional state will cause us to fuck up and be fucked up all the time. This is why I emphasize and trademark fuck your feelings. It's a reason, it's a logical reason behind it, okay? It's a logical reason behind it. Because like I said, feelings falsify facts when you depend solely on them to make logical decisions. You cannot. And again, that does not mean that you can't have feelings for someone, that you can't have, you know, show emotion towards someone. That's not what I'm saying. And y'all know me by now to know that's not what I'm saying. Okay. For those of you who don't, please ask somebody, or you'll learn today. Okay. You know what it is. You cannot allow your feelings to dictate what makes sense. What's going on, Trina? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. And G Walker, I see you, love. I ain't gonna forget about you. I see you. So thank you for being here. But that is just one of the things. Two of the ones. Two of the anyway. Y'all know what I'm saying. Moving on. We're still dealing with the intelligence. The next thing. So we got to level up. Let me go back. We got to level up on our emotional intelligence. Think some things through. And I've said this before too. A lot of times, and a lot of people, how they think, because they think in their emotions, those are the people whose thinking privileges need to be suspended until further notice. I have told people that I love dearly, you are no longer allowed to think. Let me do this. You cannot think, because your thinking, it's fucking you up. So you cannot think on my behalf. Please no. You will not think on my behalf, and do not put me in your thoughts, because I see what it's doing to you. Therefore, your thinking privileges are suspended, and you'll thank me later. Okay, moving forward. So another thing that we need to level up on is our relationship expectations. When people show you who they are, please don't just believe it, know it for certain. Okay? People's energies don't lie. What they do on a continuous basis is not coincidental. How they think, move, feel, express, whatever, this is them. Okay, this is who they are. When we go into these relationships with expectations that an individual is going to be what we want them to be, and they turn out to be exactly who they are, and now we mad, we pissed, our feelings are hurt, we are depressed, we're in this I don't love anyone, no one loves me mode. You know what I'm saying? Because you had an expectation that was unrealistic. First of all, your expectation was built on build a bear, right? What is that? You done created you a whole person. I'm gonna take this part of him or her and put that there, and I'm gonna take that and put that there, and those, phew, we gonna put those together, and that, we can play with that. You know what I'm saying? A whole build a bear. We done built the spouse or whatever. What we have put together is not what that is. That that's not what that is. It came in the package that it was wrapped in. Okay, that's what it is. It's that. It's not what we want it to be. Therefore, if that's not what you want it to be, stop sticking around trying to create it and hope that it's going to change into something that you want it to be. It's not going to recreate itself. It's not going to do that. It's not going to magically change. It's not going to do that. And if you believe that you need to change this individual to meet your standards or to meet what it is that you want, your desires, and blah, 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 that ain't the one. He, she, them, whatever, ain't the one. If you got to change an individual or try to, let me say that, try to change an individual to meet your standards, to meet your expectation, they are not the one for you. And neither are you the one for them. Let's keep it real. They ain't it, and you ain't either. If what you want comes to you the way you want it, the way you need it, the way you've prayed on it and manifested or whatever, if that's it, then that's it. Now, you also, here's the other thing, because I hear people saying, well, I want this type of man. I want this type of woman. I want them to do this type of thing and do this and not do this, that, and the other, and be this, and another. Do you do any of those things? Are you any of those? We have this real bad habit of wanting to have something that we're not. I want all of these things to come into me, to come to me, to do for me, and then wonder why we don't get that. Because you're not giving none of that. You're not giving it. You get what you give. You get what you are able to handle at the time. So if you are toxic, okay, if you are emotionally unintelligent and emotionally unhealed, you traumatized and you dramatic, you all of these things, but you want this perfect, um, quiet, laid back individual with this perfect job and this wonderful bank account, and they're just passive and submissive, and it's all about you. It's you're the one. Get out of here. Where are they coming from? Where are they going to connect with you at? Where and how and why? Why would they come to you? They're completely the opposite of you. And no, contrary to popular belief, opposites do not attract. They can't. We're told this too. They don't. If you, and I'm just going to use this brief explanation real quick, and then we're going to go back. If you use your battery, the car battery, for instance, or any battery, when the battery dies and you have to recharge the battery, or when you have to load in batteries, there's one end that says positive and the other end that says negative, right? The positive has to go to the positive, and the negative has to go to the negative in order for it to work. because they're like energies, they're like frequencies, vibrations, whatever it is that's going through them, right? Negatives, opposites do not attract. What's going on, Candace? I see you, loved one. I appreciate you for being here. I'm glad you finally got to make a live. Opposites don't attract, but we're taught that lie. Okay, so again, back to the relationships. We're looking for something to be the complete opposite of what we are. We're looking for an individual to do the complete opposite of what we do. That's not going to work. One, because you ain't going to meet that person. You're not going to connect. There's no possible way. But whatever it is that you want from an individual, what you want from a relationship, you got to first be that. If you want a good man, you got to be a good woman. Or if whatever, you got to be a good, whatever it is you're trying to attract. If you want somebody of a certain class or a certain monetary status or whatever, you got to be there. It's about the energy. It's about the frequency. It's about the level. You cannot say, I want to be a billionaire, and you got a 2-cent mentality. And you hang around people that's trying to borrow a penny from you. Huh? How are you going to get there? You're not around that. You're not connected to that energy. You're not connected to that frequency. You're not learning. You can't build. There's nothing. You're not going to meet them. Your expectations are ridiculous, unfounded. It's not going to happen. Whatever you want in your relationship, you have to make sure that you are able, first of all, you got to make sure that you are even able and ready and willing to receive it. Okay? That part. You might not be ready for what you say you want. You might want a husband, but you out here being a hoe. Huh? You might want a wife, but you out here being a hoe. Same thing. It's not going to work. What you want, you have to be prepared for. You have to be it first. Make sure you are healed. We got so many relationships that don't relate because it's the sickness is being transferred. That's the only thing that we got in common. We both sick. We ain't relating. We just transferring sicknesses. This is a problem. Our relationships are not building. We're not growing. We're not establishing anything. We're causing problems. We're causing drama. We're causing trauma. We're repeating history. We're not growing. We're not elevating. We are not leveling up. But I want this type of person. Come get me. No. You want a husband that's going to be low. And I'm talking to the women. Okay. You want a husband that's going to be loyal, that's going to be supportive, that's going to be respectful, that's going to be honest, that's going to protect you, that's financially stable, that all these things, God-fearing, whatever it is you say you want, right? But you dealing with knucklehead ass nothing niggas, and I mean it like that, okay? This is what you're dealing with. You dealing with somebody that ain't got $2 to their name, or they done borrowed $1.50. Okay, you dealing with this dude. He don't have nothing of his own. He don't have no respect for nobody. Love, he don't know what that is. Support, he ain't trying to do it. He's trying to get it. Okay, he's trying to be supported. Hello, somebody, right? But you with this dude, or you giving your time and energy to this type of individual, waiting on your who? Your husband, your Boaz and Jabez, or whatever the hell is, whatever, okay? Whatever the names are, you're waiting on this individual to come get you. Okay, let's go back to the characteristics that you say you want of this individual, okay? You want him to be honest. You want him to be loyal. You want him to be spiritual. You want him to be supportive. You want him to be faithful. We're going to keep going through all these things, right? You want him to be all of these things while you're in the midst of all of this mess. You want him, this perfect being, to come into your mess and come get you. Nigga, that's not finna. happen. He ain't finna come through all that shit to come get your ass because you not ready for him anyway. If you were ready for him, he would be prepared for you. You would be prepared for him. You would meet because the divine timing would happen and put y'all together. He's not coming to be Captain Save-A-Ho. He ain't trying to rescue you from the shit that you have volunteered yourself into because now he's looking at you like, these are the type of decisions this woman makes. That ain't for me. Opposites do not attract. He's not coming. You understand? He ain't coming. She ain't coming, right? It's not happening because you are in a position that completely repels what it is you say you want. They're not coming for you. Your savior is not coming to rescue you out of some shit that you done volunteered yourself in. If you don't get the hell out of that on your own and prepare yourself to receive what it is you say you want, need, and or deserve, you gonna keep attracting that same nothing ass nigga, a niggerette. I said it. Okay? If that's what you want, keep doing that. Do that. If you want something else, if you want something better, you have to do that. You have to make it happen for yourself. You have to change how you see yourself. If you're not respecting yourself, if you're not loving yourself, if you're not faithful to yourself, if you're not honest to yourself, if you're not supportive of yourself, if you're not protective of yourself, I probably said that more than once. If you're not doing this for yourself, ain't nobody coming to do it for you because you don't have enough sense or self-respect or dignity or identity to do it for you. How are you going to possibly be able to do it with and or for somebody else? You don't know what it's like to be for yourself, to be honorable to you. How are you going to attract that? You have no clue. You lie to your damn self on a daily and try to force yourself into believing that this bullshit that you know is bullshit is the truth. But you want a loving, honest man or woman. Get out of here. Not gonna happen. So again, our relationship expectations need to be leveled up. All right. What's going on, Coco? Thank you, darling, for being here. I appreciate you. Um, our awareness. Awareness. When I'm talking about awareness, I'm talking about of self, of others, and what's going on around us. What's going on around us, what's going on within us, everything. And I don't mean by flipping on channel whatever news, because that ain't it. Okay. I'm not talking about being so engulfed in the television that we're believing what's being told to us, and that's you're being aware of what's happening. No, because if you were truly aware, you would be aware that what you're watching, these things are being told to you that are happening in the world around you, these things that you're being shown on a regular basis, 90%, I'm going to say that 90% of that is lies, it's made up, it's propaganda, it's not real. It's created in order to invoke an emotion to cause you to do something out of the feeling of that situation that's only happening at that moment or for that moment. If you were aware, you wouldn't be watching the news at all. Somebody's feelings just got hurt. What you mean? I watch the news all the time. And I learned this, and the other. Have you? Or do you just recall what keeps being shown to you every 3 hours? Every 3 hours, you get shown the same shit. That sounds like programming to me. Oh, it's called a television program. Huh. I wonder why. Watching the news does not give you awareness. Paying attention gives you awareness. Interacting with others gives you awareness. Conversing with others gives you awareness. Having the ability and the wisdom to know that you can read a book, get some knowledge, and apply the knowledge gives you awareness. Meditation gives you awareness. Being quiet, just shut the fuck up, gives you awareness. Change your diet, gives you awareness. Drinking water gives you awareness. Get into the water. Being out in the nature gives you awareness. Watching television doesn't give you awareness. Matter of fact, it blinds your whole vision. Tell the lie through the vision. Tell the lie through the vision. See the vision in the lie we tell. How about that? Pay attention. If you want to be aware of things that are truly happening, connect to the natural sources that will open up the gates that allow you to be aware naturally, spiritually. Not this bullshit ass carnal living that we're used to, that we have accepted as a truth. This ain't it. This ain't it. We have a lot of folks that swear down, I'm aware, I'm conscious. Boy, stop. Your eyes open, that don't make you conscious, okay? At all. Your head wrapped up, sister, that don't make you conscious. That might be a bad hair day, a bad hair week even. Whatever, you're trying something new. You're trying to cover up your alopecia. And I ain't no joke on nobody with it. I'm just saying. Just because you look a certain type of way don't mean you have an understanding of what's going on around you or even within you, why certain things are happening. It doesn't mean that. Don't fool yourself. And don't be live that you're fooling the people around you who are actually aware. Okay? Elevate, level up your awareness. Moving forward, conversation. I talked about this maybe last week, whatever. Conversation, the stuff that we talk about with one another. We talk about the dumbest shit. We want to have conversations about what's going on TikTok or TikTok and whatever, Twitter and whatever. We want to have conversations about other people's bullshit made up ass lives. We want to talk about stuff that matters not to us, that doesn't have an effect on how we live or even if, okay? And we continuously have these conversations. In the midst of these conversations, we're again going back to the awareness, losing all sense of awareness because now we are engaged in other propaganda, in other people's make-believe lives, in other people's lies. We're engaged and we're having conversation about that. We're creating an energy about what we're being shown. Again, we're talking about things that have no relevance, that have no life, that can produce no life, that can change no circumstance whatsoever. And then we wonder why, well, damn, why they just blow that up like that? Well, damn, when they shut that program down? Well, damn, why I ain't getting no check this week? Well, damn, how come this food tastes the same? All of it. Well, damn, how come my medicine is making me sick? What you talking about? What are you learning in the conversations that you're having with other people? What are you learning? If you're not learning anything in your conversation, then both of y'all need to shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, as harsh as that sounded, I meant it. If you're not learning something in your conversations, stop having them. It's a waste of breath. Give your breath to somebody else. Donate it. Donate your breath to someone else who's going to utilize it properly and do something with it that's productive, because you're wasting it. You're having conversations about nothing, things that don't produce life, that can't give life, that can't change circumstances. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to put you in a better place. It's not going to get you the title to your land. Whatever. You're not having these types of conversations. Your breath is wasted. And it doesn't matter what you know if you're not applying it, right? Talk about some things that matter. We are very intelligent beings. We are created with the knowing of pretty much everything. Okay? We're created with the knowing, but we don't utilize it. We're not conversing about what we know, even what we think, with logical things, things that make sense or may not make sense. Talk about it, but it should be about something so it can develop into something else that makes sense. Why are we not talking about the next move? How do we protect our people? How do we protect our households when such and such happens? How do we make sure that we still got water when they shut the water systems down? How do we make sure we got food to eat when they snatch all the food off the shelves? There's none. And they done wreck the farm. So the crops that are growing, they ain't growing. Or they growing some other shit. How do we still eat? How do we survive this war that we're in or the one that's coming? How do we prevent our black boys from going to prison or going to the morgue sooner than they're supposed to? How do we prevent our daughters from being on the streets, being victims to the streets, or being in these violent relationships, being in these toxic ass relationships because she got daddy issues? How are we? Huh? Do I need to go on? I do. We're not having conversations that make sense. We're not having conversations that elevate, that protect, that change anything that's relevant to our being. Nothing. You look around and see all the things that are happening. You see them. You're aware of only the things that you see. Okay? So you mention them. After you've mentioned them, there's nothing else done. You mention it, you feel some type of way, and then it's, oh, well, I wish they'd stop doing that. There's no action that follows it. Nothing else happens. Well, what now? Nothing follows it. We talked about when we had a whole flux going on with our people being killed and gunned down in the street. We had a whole big mess, a whole march of shit and whatever going on. The younger ones, they want to march, they want to protest, they want to do this and that. We talked about all of that. Not what they was mad for a couple of weeks. They was gonna go do this, that, and the other. What happened? Where's all that energy at? Where's all that enthusiasm? And what? Why are we not having conversations on how to not keep repeating history? Because we don't have to, but we do. Because we're not talking about the history that we've been told. We're not talking about the history that we've been taught. We're not having conversations about that history that he told us. That don't even make sense for real. Let's go look up some things. Let's go investigate. Let's go ask some older people some real questions because they're right here. We can have a conversation with these people because they're here. They've lived through this so-called history that we've been told. They've lived through this era. Let's go sit with them. Let's go pay respect to them. Let's go talk to them. Let's be elevated by them. Let's get some wisdom from them. Then we can take that back to our family, our groups, our neighbors, the kids on the block, whatever. We can go do that. We're not doing this. We're not doing it. Jafar, what's going on, love? I see you. Thank you for being here. We ain't doing it. Our conversations need to level up so we can do something about the words that are coming out of our mouths. We need to do something. Stop talking shit. Period. Moving on. Our vibrations. We are energetic beings. Everything is energy. Y'all have heard me say this. Everything is energy. Energy is everything. Brother Marvin. Y'all know Brother Marvin. That's my homie. Y'all have seen him. He's in his crown. He's wearing his crown, whatever. He talks about nature all the time, connected to the trees, whatever. You hear me talk about I'm going to the river, I'm going in the water, I'm connecting with it. It's a reason for that, a real reason for it. There is energy, living energy in nature. If you connect to it, you'll know you are connecting with it. This is how our vibrations change, because we need to be outside barefoot in the grass, hugging trees, in the water, talking to the wind, blowing a fire, whatever. We need to be doing these things in order to raise our vibrations. Our physical bodies carry energy. It draws energy. You ever wonder or question why you can touch somebody and get a spark? Because it's energy. You rub your feet together on something and go touch somebody, and it's energy. It's a living thing. We are energy beings. We need to connect to it. We need to be in the sun. We need to be barefoot in the grass. We really need to be ass naked, to tell you the truth, okay? Because everything that we wear is blocking our ability to receive the vibration. That's real talk. That's real talk. We are being blocked from the natural sources of energy. Certain things that we wear, energy, it can't penetrate. Everything we wear, the energy can't penetrate through that. We are in this mess clothes as a distraction, or as a way to prevent us from connecting to the sources so we can regenerate our true power. Real talk. Real talk. It is time to level up on your vibrations, changing the food that we eat. Because half the shit that we call food is not. I challenge you. Go to the grocery store, go in your pantry, go look in your cabinets, okay? In your cabinets. Do it today. Go look in your cabinets and pull out anything. Read the ingredients. And then write those ingredients down, all of them. Go to the grocery store tomorrow or the next day, whenever you can, and go see if you can find all of those ingredients in the grocery store. I dare you. You will not, okay? If you cannot go to the grocery store or the farmer's market and pick out all the ingredients that are on your so called food label, you're not eating food. If you got to go in the chemical section or the dog food section, uh, and get some of these ingredients that are on your food label, you're not eating food. Real talk. And these are the things that are causing our vibrations to be low, causing our ability to communicate with one another effectively to be low, causing us to be able to process naturally on an elevated level to be low, causing us to react from our emotions and not logic to be low because of what we're ingesting. And don't forget, the things that you put upon your body go in your body. Okay? Yeah. It goes in your body. It goes directly into your bloodstream, directly, as opposed to what you put in your mouth. It's got to go through a little shine. But if you put it on your body, it's going straight into your bloodstream. Straight shot. So you may not go and ask for a bowl of poison. Let me get that a side of rat poison with a little hydrochloride or hydrochlor whatever hydrochloride any damn thing. Okay, um, some oxy anything, and some acidic anything. Okay, you may not ask for it at the restaurant, but I'll be damned if you ain't eating it. You're buying it at the grocery store. Okay, real talk. Level up. Level up on your vibrations. Real talk. And finally, spirituality. Our spiritual connection. So it's going right back to the vibrations. Level up on your spiritual connection. And this is not just, I'm praying today, Lord, I know I haven't spoken to you in over a month, but Lord, please forgive me for all of the sins that I have committed and those upon which I will commit as soon as I say amen. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about the ones you have every Sunday or every Saturday or every whatever day. I'm not talking about that. Right? I'm not talking about the religion of it all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your true connection spiritually to the higher being of self, the higher being of the Most High in self. Whatever you call it, okay? We, God, universe, master, whatever you call it, connecting back to it, allowing it to utilize you in the fashion that you were created to be utilized in, to the highest level of yourself, being able to connect with your natural abilities and powers because you have them. You have them. We're taught to ignore them, or we're taught that if you can do such and such, you a freak of nature. You need to be put away. Something's wrong with you. You are a witch. You can do that. That's witchcraft. What? No. These are gifts, these are skills that we are naturally given because of how we are created, what we are created in the image and likeness of. We have these abilities to manifest things, to make things happen. We have the ability, we have a responsibility even to do it. But because we are so low level on everything else, so low vibrational, so lack of awareness, so disconnected, we don't have a clue. We're not doing anything that we need to be doing, that we have the ability to do. None of it. None of it. We are so much greater and so much more powerful than the conversations we have with one another about one another. We are so much more powerful than that. If we would just take the moment, look at yourself, just look at yourself, look at you, look at you, look at you. Look at you. See you for what you are, what you have the ability to do. If I do this, if I blink my eyes, if I turn my head, turn my shoulder, whatever, this is what happens. I can do this. I have the skill to do this. When I do this, this happens. These are powers. When I speak, people listen. When I write, people read it. Whatever it is, what you do and it causes a response from something else, that is a power. Look at you. Respect the being that you are. What's going on, Coy? Thank you for being here, love. Respect the being that you are. Honor you. Honor thyself. Love thyself. Protect thyself. Support thyself. All of these things that you want from somebody else that you ain't giving to you. Do we need to have this conversation again? No. All the things that you want somebody else to do for you, do it for your damn self. Do it for yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Love on you because you should. about that? Because you should. The more you love on yourself, the more you'll see that you are able to do more. You are able to level up if you love on you. I love me every day. And you can take that however you want. Okay? Every day. The more you love on yourself, the higher you will take yourself, the higher you will level up. We'll talk to these damn plants. I'm sorry. We'll talk to the plants because we're told if you talk to the plants, they'll listen and they'll grow beautifully. Talk to the plants. Tell them how beautiful they are. But you won't say nothing to yourself. Or you calling yourself a bunch of dumbasses and you a stupid bitch. And you doing all this to yourself, but you'll love this plant. You might be growing a whole pot of poison ivy, but you'll give it so much love. Look in the mirror and hate yourself. Why? I'm just saying, it's time to level up on every level, in every aspect, every day. Hold each other accountable. Hold yourself accountable for leveling up. Pay attention to everything. Be aware of everything. Respect the currency, the money. Do something different with it that makes sense. Practice being emotionally intelligent. Don't be so in your feelings all the damn time. Logic. Balance that shit out. Balance it out. Relationships, expectations. I'm just saying, y'all already know, right? Whatever it is, whatever it's showing you that it is, that's what it is. If you want something other than that, what it's showing you, then get something else, but you got to be something else first because you are going to attract you all over again. You are going to attract what you can handle. You're going to attract what you're in at the moment. The state that you're in right at that moment, that's what you're going to bring to yourself. You toxic, you unhealthy, you trauma, you drama, you finna get that. You're gonna get it. Your conversations, talk about things that matter. Converse with each other. Your topics need to be about something of substance. We don't care who is on TikTok, TikTok, Twitter, whatever these other things. We don't care. Shit hits the news. I don't care if this broad got on 19-inch heels and a thong. So what? That don't affect my life. No kind of way. Why is this news? Why is this all over the media? Who cares? Talk about something else. Okay? Get your vibrations up. Change what you're eating. Change what you're drinking. Even in your conversations even change your vibrations. If you're talking about bullshit, your vibration is going to be on zero. Okay? You're not going to be able to manifest nothing. Nothing. Because you ain't talking about nothing. Your energy that's going out is not producing anything. It's not reaching anything of substance. It's not reaching anything that has another growing energy. It cannot. Change your conversations. Did I miss anything? Going back? Did I recap everything that needs to be recapped? I'm going to go back in and read you all's comments. You all can see all of them. I can't. So I'm going to go back and read them when we dismiss. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and you want to call, we got, what we got? We haven't really got nothing. But I'll give you 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. If you want to call in, feel free to do so. 770-906-5271. What's going on, Gloria? Thank you, love, for being here. I appreciate you. 770-906-5271 if you want to call in real quick. I said we got about 2 minutes, three at the most, and then we'll make a left. I broke out into a sweat. I got hot in this joint, but that's what 50 want to do, I guess. But anyway, um, of course, G Walker.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on, love?
Not much. How you doing?
I am very well, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, hold on. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, I just want to say, first of all, when you was talking about the deed, it's called a general warranty deed.
Not the deed. It's a title. It's a different type of title.
Listen to me. I got properties up and down this country. I'm telling you what you have to ask for. Because if you had a title, that's a title to you. If you want the property and the land,
mm-hmm.
That's what you need to ask for as far as the house goes. Because you won't own a house either. I got land. I'm telling you.
I hear
it's called a general warranty.
That's not
deed. It's what you ask for in the deed. It's what you ask for. That's part of your title. When you pay for the house, then they give you the title. That's what they give you, a deed or a title. It's the kind of title that you're looking for.
I think it's called I want to say it's abstract, and I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's abstract title, but it's a different type of title specifically.
Right.
It's specifically called this particular type of title. I think it begins with an A, but if I think about it, y'all, I will just post. I'll just put it on my page and y'all will know. Okay, I won't say nothing else. I'm gonna just say blank title, whatever it's called, and you'll know. But I know what you're talking about, but like I said, there is a completely separate title.
Yeah.
Because it goes along with another survey too.
So without getting paid though.
Say what now?
That's what I'm not gonna say. I tell you off the show. I can't tell them everything because they ain't gonna do nothing with it. We run back to their master.
I hear you.
But another thing is that you're on point once again, and you basically what it boils down to is that and I'm working on something now about the conscious, like you said, the consciousness and awareness of man. What happened was, just from the beginning, real quick, with Adam and Eve, there's an order. People are out of order. Doing all manners of evil, all kinds of whatever. But the bottom line is, it wasn't until the Adam ate the fruit that God said, "Where art thou?"
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is, now you got people so far fetched and so far out of tune that they don't even, that which is, it says woe. There's a passage, there's plenty of them in the Bible that says woe, meaning you're not only just doing the evil, but you're going far even beyond that, and your ignorance, like you said about reading, that's a 4-letter word. I don't understand why they like other 4-letter words, but they don't like the 4-letter word called read. Mm-hmm. If you would read for read first of all, then read for understanding. Then a lot of your ignorance would follow up. But like you said, plenty of times on your show, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, is the fact that you're afraid to read, because then you have to stand up by yourself. You can't be, your click's not gonna save you. A rock, piece of paper, clothes, shoe, Mary, all innate objects.
Mm-hmm.
If you look up the word innate, it means it doesn't have a life. So why would a flying flip would I pray to a mountain, or pray to the ocean, or pray to somebody else that can't do more than what I do? There is no way. Then that goes for anybody and everybody in this earth, on this earth. From one side from Australia to New Zealand. The bottom line is, you better return to God, period. That's all I'm going to say about it.
All right. Y'all heard it.
Yeah, period. I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. We'll talk.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, honey.
All right,
bye. Bye-bye. Y'all heard it. All right. So if I have addressed, and I think I have addressed pretty much everything that needed to be addressed. If you have any other questions, you can ask the question, you can post it, and I will respond to it. Please, like I ask you all every week, share the video. Share the video. Y'all get a little selfish when it comes down to me. I don't know why. I appreciate it kind of, but share it. The information needs to go out. Okay. I love you all because you come here to get it. I appreciate that. It needs to go out. Share the video. It's like y'all get scared to share because of the stuff that I'm talking about. I'm saying it. Okay. I'm responsible for what's coming out of my mouth. Don't be afraid to post it. Okay. You can say these ain't my words. If you need to protect yourself, put a waiver, disclaimer, whatever. But share the information. It needs to be shared. I'm gonna be back on here. I'm gonna try to do maybe next week or the week after. I'm gonna start getting some into some really deep shit. Okay, and we're gonna see who's gonna share it. Some information that needs to be put out. I gave you a little bit of a hint. I'm talking about the currency. I gave you that's a little bit of a hint. Okay, when I get into it, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Okay, so share this video. I appreciate you all for being here. I always do. You could have been anywhere. I wasn't certain if y'all was gonna come tonight or not because it was just so vague, but you did. So I appreciate you all for spending your Monday, your melanated Monday, with me. I hope you have been edified. Um, that means you learned something. You learned something, okay? And if you got nothing else out of this, at least get the understanding of the necessity to level up on everything. Okay? I love you on purpose with purpose. And I will see you when I see you. All right? Until the end. Peace.